Hello everyone, this is the real A-Town aka RGB Fox, and today I am going to record a gameplay analysis over the top 8 match between Lorenzo and Theodore. Two pretty good players it seems in their own right, especially Lorenzo, as I believe he won the EU WCQ, so congratulations to Lorenzo. So what am I going to do in this video? Well, I was on the treadmill, as I am almost daily nowadays, at the gym when I was watching this match because I wanted something to watch while I worked out. And watching this game number one threw me off. So I want to analyze it and go over some things that potentially Lorenzo could have done better to help him, to help myself on what I would do in similar situations, what time suggests, right? Now, this is not going to be a video of me critiquing Lorenzo. This isn't going to be a video of me making fun of him. This is just me going over his plays and what I believe he potentially could have done better so that so I could take that information in and use it myself in the future, right? A couple of things before I start. Number one, I do not think I am better than Lorenzo, okay? This man made it all the way to the finals, all right? Me, I'm not even making it to day 2, right? So this is not me making fun or making light of Lorenzo's plays. Number 2, even though the plays that I saw didn't look perfect, every player misplays. And how well you play a deck is determined by your experience and how long you've been playing it. Vanquish Soul is a deck that takes a very long time to pilot and master, right? Like, you can probably play it and pick it up fairly simply, but managing your resources is super important. It's the most resource intensive deck at this time. Probably against Sky Striker as well, that's one of the other ones as well, but legitimately, if you don't manage your resource right in Vanquish Soul, you can get steamrolled very, very quickly, okay? So, yeah, not making fun of him, not judging him, just analyzing, and hopefully I can improve my own gameplay as well. Now, from here, we see Lorenzo start with the best opener, that is Raisin, and he normal summons the Raisin to go ahead and add himself the copy of Holly Sue. And then Holly Sue is going to reveal I believe, Dr. Madlove to special summon it. From here, he goes and links off into the Rocks. Rocks is going to add back the Raisin, and then Holy Sue is going to reveal the Madlove that we know already, and the Raisin to special summon a GL Long from the deck. Now from here, we are going to see him activate the Geolong effect by revealing Raisin and Dogoran, so now we know 3 cards in hand, 2 of them being fire attributes, to add himself any Vanquish Soul card. And he is thinking here, but what he ends up getting in the end is a Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, the trap card. Now, when I watched this match, I was wondering why he did that. Perhaps he already had the Vanquish Soul start, the field spell in hand, and he was going to activate it, right? And weirdly enough, that ends up not being the case. As you can see, Lorenzo passed his turn. By passing his turn, we now know a few things. Number 1, the set card is Snow Devil. Number 2, he has 3 different attributes, or 3 different monsters in hand, with 2 different attributes, fire and dark, right? And so whenever I saw this, I tried to, make work of why he did that, because he would end with, I believe, 5 cards in hand. And I think a much better play, at the very least, from the outside looking in. Again, this is all hindsight, right? I mean, after all, Theodore didn't have like a drool to stop him at this very moment. Geolong can add any Vanquish Soul card to his hand, right? So I think what he should have done is add the field spell, the Vanquish Soul Start with Geolong, activate it, target either Holy Sue or Geolong, and add a copy of Caesar since he's probably missing an Earth attribute, or Heavy Burger if he's not missing the Earth attributes. Spoilers, he is missing the Earth attribute, right? And then in the end phase, because he controls 2 Vanquish Soul monsters here on the field, he gets to set the Snow Devil for free off the Vanquish Soul Start. But of course, this is not the way that it ends up playing out at the end. I mean, he misses out on an extra card in hand and Destruction Protection from the field spell. So I am pretty confused as to why it led to this, because if he was worried about Nib, he only summoned 4 times: Raisin 1, Rocks 2, Holy Suit 3, and Geolong 4, right? So he wasn't in danger of Nibiru. So I think Vanquish Soul is a deck where you really do want to add as much follow-up as possible, because having as many attributes in hand is going to be important for the grind game of the deck. So yeah, from here we are going to see the next few plays happen from Theodore, and he ends up activating quite a few spells. I believe at this point it's 5 with that engage there. Linkage would make it 6. He has a Widow Anchor that he searched off, which would be 7. And then the desires that he sent for multi-roll, which is 8. So yeah, this here would be the 8th card. The plays that Theodore makes, I cannot judge or critique because I haven't played Striker since 2019. I am very behind. So for those that want to analyze Theodore's, let me know in the comments below what he could have done better, if anything, right? But yeah, as we see his sequence of plays, we see him eventually target the back row with Azalea, which ends up forcing the Snow Devil activation from Lorenzo. And Lorenzo, this is where we see that he is in fact missing the Earth attribute, because he only deals 1,000 damage with the Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Vanquish Soul Snow Devil reads, you can reveal up to 1 of each Dark, Earth, and Fire to apply the following effects in sequence depending on the number revealed. So 1 revealing would deal 400 damage, and you can then special summon a Vanquish Soul monster from hand, then inflict 600 damage if you reveal 2. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects, your Vanquish Soul monsters that you control. And this applies to even ones that get summoned later during the turn. And we would have seen Theodore at 62. But he was only at 7,000, so that means he did not have an Earth attribute to deal the 1,800 damage total and destroy all other monsters on the field, which it would have been really good in this circumstance because he already summoned the Rose from the graveyard and potentially had no follow-up play. So he missed out on that by not adding an Earth attribute with the Geolong. And he probably just thought that he could just grab it on the opponent's turn and was not expecting as much negation as Striker had. Now, from here, we see the Mad Love being summoned, and the Mad Love ends up adding the Vanquish Soul Start, as you can see right there, right? And then Theodore ends his turn with the Shizuku. I think Kagari summoned itself to add back a copy of Widow Anchor, and then in the end phase, multi-roll ends up just setting the Linkage. So he has 6 spells in the grave, meaning that all of the Lorenzo's monsters lose 600 attack and defense because of Shizuku's effect, which I initially thought it was only attack. It's been so long since I've actually played / read the card. But yeah, no, Shizuku drops defense as well, which is amazing. So, you know, we see him pass turn, and we know of a few cards in Lorenzo's hand at this time. We know the field spell, Start. We know, what do we know? We know Dogoran, so, right? He ends up drawing, I believe, Heavy Burger, because I think he reveals it for Mad Love, so, and then the Vanquish Soul start adds him Caesar. So we're going to see how this played out here. He ends up summoning the Dogoran to Lorenzo's field by tributing the 0, which is really good because I believe she has a quick effect, tribute to summon Ray or Rose from the deck, and pop a card on the field, right? And you do want to get rid of that problem because you don't want to deal with it. So I think Dogoran being summoned here is great. Next, we see him activate the start, target whatever, add Valius here on resolution, and then he activates the Mad Love, revealing Valius and the Burger, Earth in the Dark, to bounce the monster on the field with the lowest defense. Unfortunately, this is a misplay from him because the monster with the lowest defense at this time is the Raisin. And so, you know, he still gives him back the Dogoran Theodore to Lorenzo because he is under the impression that that is the lowest defense monster, probably forgetting his own effect as well. And then from here, he gets drolled as well, right? So let's see, when did that happen? Okay, so that was chaining to the resolution. Okay, now from here, we know that there are 6 spells in the grave. That's still not relevant quite yet. So he ends up adding back Raisin to summon the, what's his name, Caesar. Then he links off into the rocks. Rocks add back Holy Sue. That gives him a dark with the Burger, a fire with the Raisin, a earth with the Holy Sue. And then pops the set card, which is the Link Gauge, right? Which is banished, right? Then he summons out the Holy Sue and then goes for battle. So the Caesar is at 24, dealing 900 to the Shizuku, 24 direct, 500 direct, and then that's it. He ends up just linking off for a, or not linking, retrieving back the rocks that was banished by the Zeke. And then that's when they realize, oh, you know, he didn't return the right card with Dogoran, right? I'm sorry, with Mad Love. And so what ends up happening is he just kind of, you know, uses its effect. It returns the Mad Love, which is not actually how that works because realistically, he already has the rocks on the field, right? Which means Raisin would have had to have been added back to hand. So where did this link come from, right? The link wouldn't have been here. And it just ends up being a big old clusterfuck, and yeah, you just see what you see here. Now, Theodore still scoops it up because he had no way to remove the Dogoran, right? He summoned it in defense mode for that purpose, and he popped the multi-roll for that purpose, right? So Lorenzo's still playing well, but maybe not as optimally as he should have. Now, we know Droll was used, right? So we're gonna play knowing that Droll was played, and still go for the play that plays into the Droll the most, right? So in this position, again, you don't want to play into the pop of 0. And then if he summons a Ray, he gets to summon Kagari, which gets back a spell, and then he has more follow-up, right? Now it's dependent on how relevant that is. It's still a pop that occurs from the 0, which could potentially pop, I believe, the Vanquish will start. So you have to get these things into mind whenever you're playing. So I do believe that Lorenzo did the right play by starting off with Kaijuing the 0. So now that you have tributed the 0, where do you go from there? Well, honestly, you have to keep a few things in consideration. If you want to bounce back to Dogoran, which I think could be good, you need to, number one, find a way to bounce it back to hand and not bounce anything else, which would be the Raisin. And then at that point, go ahead and get rid of the Shizuku as well, right? Well, you can get rid of the Shizuku problem in one way. And the easiest way is to link summon immediately for the rocks. And then rocks effect, add Raisin to hand. So that gives you a fire attribute and a dark attribute. And Mad Love is 2000 defense. Geolong is 21. Minus 600. the 1200 defense Dogoran is still the lowest defense monster on the field. So from there, you can then reveal the Raisin plus the Burger for Mad Love's effect to bounce the Dogoran. Now from here, you have a few options. Now you have 2 fires in the dark. So you can go activate the field spell effect, target the Geolong to search for a Vanquish Soul monster. So at that point you can add Caesar, and then if your opponent drops a Droll, you can go activate the effect of Geolong, reveal a fire and a fire, you know, the Dogoran and himself, and then search for another monster. So because you already used the Rocks effect, you can't add Holy Sue, so you just add Holy Sue because it's a quick effect, right? Now from here, the only thing he has is the Shizuku and these 2 cards on the field, right? So then from there, you can bounce back the Mad Love, special summon out the Caesar Valius. Caesar Valius reveal what? Kaiju, Holy Sue, and Burger to pop this set card, the Link Age. And then from there, Holy Sue reveal Burger, special summon herself. Now, how many summons is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Dogoran. So you've only summoned 4 times, right? And then from there, you can go battle phase. So I'm going to put the calculator up here just so you guys can see, so that you can get a visualization of how much damage that is at that point. From here, you could go to the battle phase if you fear Nib, and the opponent's at 7,000. So Caesar attack over the Shizuku for what would it be? It'd be 26. No, 24. So he would take 900, leaving him at 61. And then Holy Sue attack for 500. That is 56. Geolong attack for 24 direct. That is 32. And then one thing that he didn't do here that he should have done is reveal a, I think, Fire in the Dark, so that could be Raisin or Dogoran plus the Heavy Burger to special summon Heavy Burger and deal 2,500 points of damage, right? And then from here in main phase 2, he could then reveal Heavy Burger, add back, like, let's say Caesar or Holy Sue to special summon himself. And then even if the opponent has Nib at that point, you reveal Caesar or Holy Sue plus Dogoran or Raisin to deal the last bit of damage needed and put Theodore to 0. And so the sequence that I'm telling you guys now only makes sense in hindsight, right? When you're playing in game, you don't know how things are gonna go. And so it's easy for me to say once I watched the video what I would do, because even me, it took me a few minutes to analyze the game really quick. Well, not really quick, but to analyze the game properly and actually determine what the best plays would be for Lorenzo to win the game immediately. And I think any other player would have been in the same spot or worse as Lorenzo. So again, I just wanted to put my 2 cents on what I would have done and how this would have been played out, right? So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed my analysis, please feel free to give me a like, shout out, and subscribe, of course. Comment down below if you think you had a better play in mind. Again, this is not to throw hate at Lorenzo. Well-deserved winning player. So again, congratulations to you, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully I can do more analysis videos just like this. Peace.